Insights with Terri Ep.122, a weekly look through the eyes of predictive astrologer Terri Ep.122. Here's Terri.
Hi everyone, this is Terri, and you're listening to Insights with Terri Ep.122. Thank you for joining me for the week of May 29th through June the 4th, 2023. I have some exciting news for the farmers out there, or the people that like animals. I had some baby ducks hatch this morning. I woke up to little peep, 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 peeps, and I have a few ducks, and they've been sitting on their nests for about a month now, and every day I go out maybe 100 times a day to see if they've hatched, and they started hatching this morning. So I have 7 in one nest, and I have 8 in another, all different colors, because they're all different eggs that I snuck under the mothers. So it's always interesting to see what they look like when they grow up. So yeah, I was pretty excited about spring and babies and all this new fun that's going on. And speaking of the fun, we're going to have a full moon on the 4th of June, which isn't that far away, and it's going to be in Sagittarius, and that's going to be kind of interesting in that it's a push-pull kind of an energy. Sagittarius wants us to have fun and play. The ruling planet of Sagittarius is Jupiter, the happy teacher, the one that wants us to just enjoy ourselves. But there's the other side of Sagittarius, which is spirituality and wanting to be a better person and taking on responsibility for being a better person, learning about evolution spiritually, emotionally, and physically. So we're going to have that kind of energy that does push us and pull us. One wants us to be responsible, and one wants us to just, forget it, just go have fun. So it's going to be a mixed bag of energy, and we'll have to kind of keep an eye on ourselves and make sure that we stay, I'm going to say in the middle of the road, but that's going to be hard to do because I'm not sure that we can stay in the middle of the road with this energy. So maybe we should just do our work, what we're supposed to do, have fun doing it, and then just say we enjoyed everything. It reminds me of that Mary Poppins movie when she said, what was it? She said, a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. My grandmother was a big believer in that. She would give us cod liver oil. I can't remember why she did it, but it was not pleasant. I guess we were supposed to have shiny hair. I don't know. But it was cod liver oil, and then she'd stick a wedge of orange, which not everybody could have oranges back then, in our mouth, which was a treat. But now, as much as I still do like oranges, I'm reminded of cod liver oil. So I think we get programmed for certain things. Now, the moon is, as I said, is going to be full on the 4th. You'll feel the fullness about 3 days before that, and the 4th is on next Sunday, a week from when probably you're listening to me. That full moon will not allow us to be very good at diets. This is an increasing time, increasing with the ducks being born. I'm really glad they were born under a full moon. That'll help them a lot. Great time to plant your plants if you haven't already done it. Not a good time to weed, but a great time to plant. And full moons just love helping things grow. So that's what our tummies do, is grow during this time. So if you can just not get demoralized, if you are on watch where you're just trying to look at your calories, if you don't get demoralized, what you can do with this is just try to hold instead of trying to lose weight. If you just be happy that you can hold it. If you can just hold it, that's all you need. And then when the moon starts to go new, which will be very shortly, time goes by fast, then it's a lot easier to lose weight without even trying. So if you can work with the moon, it makes a huge, huge difference. The full moon is usually considered a portal of release. So when we get into the full moon, it's like a pop. So it's an emotional release, so sometimes we're a little weepy in a good way or a difficult way. If you can, look at it and just say, what what am I supposed to let go? What in my life do I want to walk away from and not be bothered with anymore? So it's a really good time to examine that if you've got the time to do it. And this energy with the Archer in the full moon, which is Sagittarius, think of what the Archer is. It's archery, and you have to be very focused if you're a hunter, or you just do it for games. You have to be very focused. You have to take your whole world and narrow it down to one target. So this is offering us through the next 3 weeks with this energy around us to maybe look at our lives and focus a little bit more. I'm surprised that when I'm doing a reading, how many times I've asked people, what is it that you want? What would make you happy? And about 80% of the time I get, I don't know. Wow, that's tough. If you don't know what makes you happy, that's tough. So maybe this is the time to focus on what makes you happy and how can you go down that happy road. So the sun is still in the sign of Gemini, so we've got that, which would be interest and curiosity and wanting to learn and grow, and lots of new hobbies, new subjects, new food, new anything. And Mercury, the planet of the mind, how we think, how we communicate, that is still in Taurus, and that's that security minded, will really long for security, safety, a little bit of stubbornness there. The bull can get stubborn, but more looking towards, especially when you pair it with Venus. Venus is in Cancer right now, and Cancer rules the 4th house, which is home, family, loyalty, friendship, sisters, brothers, mom, dad, all of that. Great time for working around the house. I'm finding that I'm really connecting with that energy, getting a lot done around the house, loving doing it, and just loving the way it looks after. Sit there and have your cup of tea and just enjoy how it looks. Now on the 6th of June, Venus is going to turn into Leo, and it will go retrograde before too very much longer. I think sometime in July, but we don't have to talk about that now. We'll deal with that down the road. So let's just enjoy that happy home time that Venus is allowing us. If you don't have a partner of any kind, it can make you long for one. If you do have a partner, it can encourage you to really cement that relationship if you're interested in doing that at all. And then Mars, the planet of our drive and our passion, that's in Leo, and that's a really strong energy for, it's 2 fire signs. So as I had said the week before, we have to be careful that we don't get too fiery or too pushy, too impulsive. It's a really fire sign, but it's great, light a fire under you to get going and really work with things. So put that to use. I've been trying to tap into that energy because this is the time in spring, at least for us farmers, we have to get things done. The tractor's got to get going. You've got to get the planting in. You've got to get your lawn done. There's just so much to do, and you can be overwhelmed by it, or we can say, oh, it's so much to do. It's just fun. So that passion, that fire can keep us going with that. Health-wise, towards the middle of the week, there could be, if you're vulnerable, there could be pressure on kidneys. So if you have a vulnerability in the kidney area, or you get bladder infections, you might be more vulnerable. So just maybe get ahead of that if you can. Just, jump ahead of that. And if there's anything that you do to prevent it, like taking essential oils and putting them on your tummy, or ingesting any of your antibacterials, antimicrobials, there's some real good information on essential oils that help with that. Or, some people believe in cranberry juice, or just drinking lots of water and flushing it out just to help. Just because it will be vulnerable, there will be pressure put on our kidneys, our bladder, towards the middle of the week. Then towards the end of the week, if you guys have any vulnerabilities in the prostate, that could be a vulnerable place. So you want to be ahead of that too. And then towards the end of the week, we'd be looking at vulnerabilities in the liver, your hips, your thighs, the sacrum. So if you have any of those things that are weak for you, or it could make us weak in that area through maybe falls, or maybe ingesting things that are hard on our liver, We know what that is, alcohol. I was just at Wolf's Head and had a tasting of some of their whiskeys, and their coffee whiskey, their banana caramel vodka. What else did we taste? We tasted apple cinnamon whiskey, and they have a bisque that's an almond biscotti type of creamy drink. Really, really good. Nice little sipping things. And I asked my liver to indulge me just for a little bit. Now, I did pull some cards, so I'll do a real quick reading for us, remembering that it's just general, right? I can't do it individually for everybody because you just can't. But if you know somebody that this might apply to, or it may apply to you, don't be afraid to share the information and help somebody out. Because oftentimes we can help each other just by being aware of things where maybe we're not aware. I've been very fortunate to have people bring things to my attention, and I hadn't really noticed it. So there's going to be, hopefully for many of us, some emotional energy that's going to surround us. And what it's meant to do for us is to end some of the discontent that we felt over the last few years, or even just the last little bit. So it offers us the opportunity, the tools to renew relationships, both with the tarot cards that were given to me and where the planets are placed, with that Venus in Cancer. I mean, it's amazing how all these things are so synergetic. I just love it. And they're going to give us something to look forward to. But to be able to look forward to something and to be able to see it, we have to be aware. We have to be awake. We have to be cognizant. And many people right now feel brain fog, or they're fuddle-duddly. So maybe if we do have something to look forward to, we can wake up and do that. There will be maybe some social invitations that are offered to some of you, and maybe you might hesitate taking them. But I went with my sister. She did the Ride for Dad that was this weekend, and there were a lot of motorcycles. I don't ride a motorcycle, but she does. But I met her there at Wolf's Head, where I did the taste testing. And it was nice to meet all different new people. They had a band there. So just try that. Just try to get out there and socialize and just enjoy yourself. I just had water, I want you to know, other than the little taste testing. So we're supposed to be motivated to do that. And we may have to take an initiative in this socializing. So it might be something that you have to take on yourself so that it gets accomplished. So the positive aspect of this is matters are supposed to be taking a turn for the better. And if we're open to it and we're awake, we can see it. If you're asleep, you're not going to see it. We are supposed to feel refreshed with this and prepare ourselves to have new challenges come our way. And that's what's being offered to us in really good amounts. Now, they also are warning a bit about possible sleep challenges. So there may be some of you that don't get some good sleep in the next little bit. The full moon does do that anyway, sometimes with some of us. I'm getting asleep right now, but I know that's coming to an end. Might have 2 or 3 good nights of sleep, and then that's it. So they're warning us we might be coming into a time where it might be a little harder to sleep. So whatever you do to help yourself sleep, don't be afraid to take advantage of that. Especially if you know ahead of time, grab a nap if you can. And the number that's given to us this week is the number 5. And the number 5 needs movement. It wants change. It likes to travel. It feels the need to search for freedom, and adventure pairs beautifully with that Sagittarius energy. So be open to new things, kids, with number 5 in Sagittarius and the full moon, new ideas. And there may be even an inclination to leadership for some of you, and kicking up some of the ambitions. Some of us are going to be very sensitive, and we need to avoid routine and boredom. That will not be a good thing, kids, for this next week. So just, go out, have fun with that Sagittarius energy. The weakness of number 5, paired with some of these planets the way they are, is we need to be careful not to succumb to a sudden idea that might be not stable. There could be an inclination to nervousness and restlessness if it's not focused towards productivity. So you might feel the energy, but you don't know what to do with it. So don't just, pace. Use it well if you can. And that restlessness is not a good feeling. So you're going to have to try to keep balanced in both your emotional, your professional, and your financial areas for this week. Alrighty, kids, thanks so much for listening. I really appreciate you taking the time, the most valuable thing that you can give anybody. And I want to take the time to thank Charlie Brown. I think of him as my Charlie Brown. Charlie O'Brien. He is the one that is responsible for putting all of this up. He just works so hard at it. He's got us on Spotify. He's got us on Apple iTunes. He's got us on Amazon Music, SoundCloud, and YouTube. He will give me the link sometime at the beginning of the week, and I will put that up on Facebook, and you can listen to it on SoundCloud if you choose, or YouTube, whatever your choice is. And if you would like a reading for yourself and direct it personally for you, don't be afraid to call, text 519-726-6699, or you can email me at terri.coutts@gmail.com. He also has archived some of the podcasts if you've missed them or you just want to go over them again at the website that he has put up for us at terriworld.com. That's TerriWorld.com. And I would like to mention that we are doing our classes for their dogs. We do fun on the farm, agility, obedience, behavior. We will be starting another one. We're just coming to the end of the first 5 sessions. We'll be starting another one on Tuesday, June the 13th. And it's Tuesday nights. It's 5 sessions, and we start around 6:30 or so, 6 to 6:30. So if you're interested in getting your puppy out and playing and having fun, but also learning how to behave, this is the place for you to come. So don't be afraid to give me a shout on that as well. And you can check out the website, and you'll see some of the pictures of the dogs having fun. Thanks again, everybody. You have yourself a wonderful week. Hopefully we'll talk soon. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to Insights with Terri Coots. Visit Terri's website at terriworld.com. TERRI world.com.